Hey, what up? It's Khalil with Sales Story Ninja, and I want to tell you guys to stop pitching features and benefits. Stop selling off features and benefits. And you want to make sure you start pitching with stories. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about my 2 core stories and the framework that I use to tell all my stories to sell. Go on and check out our training. Enjoy the show.
Aloha! Follow me as I share with you what I learned back on the sales line. I'm Khalil McCabe, and this is Sales Story Ninja.
Hey, what up? It's Khalil with Sales Story Ninja again. And before I actually go into the training, I forgot there's one more thing. At the end of this training, make sure you go in and you hold on. You do not leave. Because at the end of this training, I got a special gift for you all. So make sure you check it out. Go check out the training. Aloha.
Hey, aloha, and welcome back to Module 3 of the Affiliate Cash Framework. And I'm really excited, and I want to congratulate those of you who are still going through on this training. We're covering Module 3 today. We're going to be going over learning your core stories. The idea of stories wasn't that big a deal to me when I first got into sales. I didn't really understand what they were and why they were so important. I remember back when I sold cars, I had a friend of mine. I used to wholesale cars to a guy named Mike. And Mike was awesome, probably one of my best customers. I continued to move a lot of inventory with him. One day, he knew I was into real estate at the time, and he kind of said, hey, I want you to meet this guy. I want to introduce you to this guy. He's in charge of the Hawaii's largest medical HMO. He's in charge of their entire real estate portfolio. And my brain, honestly, at the time, I was pretty cocky. I was like, okay, I don't really know what value I can provide to him or what value he can provide to me, but I said I'd meet him. And so one evening, went to Big City Diner down at Ward. I went in there and I was waiting to meet somebody, and I got to meet him. I got to meet Adam. And Adam was one of the coolest people. He was from Lebanon originally. He's super down to earth. At that time, I don't think he had any children, or he just started, or they're just about to have kids. But he was starting his family. He was here in Hawaii, and no, I don't think he had kids yet when I first met him. He was coming down for a little bit, still living in Oregon, but he was planning to move down to Hawaii shortly thereafter. And as much as he liked his job, as well as he did he basically ran and developed medical facilities for the largest HMO. And so he had a ton of experience with that. And so, I remember as we were kind of talking about things, I got to know him, a really nice guy, but he really wanted more for his life personally. He knew when he became a father, which was either pretty soon, or he wanted to start a family within a couple of years. Like, he knew he needed to do something different. He knew that being the one in charge of the medical company's development wasn't going to be what did it for him. And I remember he's one of the few people that I know that took the step to become an entrepreneur. He took the step to get out. And, as I got to know him, we had become really good friends. And I remember we were talking about, what his goals were and what he wanted to do. And he said, I'm going to do it. I said, what do you mean? What are you going to do? He said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to leave. I'm going to go back to Oregon. I'm going to start my own real estate development firm. And I was so proud of him. And we'd always get on the phone. We'd talk about the ups and the downs and where he's going. And we'd have all those types of conversations. And, he'd share with me. And I remember there's a conversation that we had one day where he wasn't sure he was going to make it. He was like, dude, I don't know. I don't know if the rent's going to come in. There's a lot of stress there. And so, I just remember hearing that. And there's a while when we got busy with each other, and not with each other, but he got busy with his life. I got busy with my life. We hadn't talked for a while. And then out of the blue, I get a call. And he goes, I did it. I said, what do you mean you did it? He goes, if everything comes through, I'm done. I said, what do you mean you're done? He goes, I'm done. And what had happened was he had actually secured a deal big enough to allow him to be financially free, enough cash flow to come in every month. He had found a niche in the medical real estate field. Everyone that he knew was competing against for residential, but no one was going after medical. He was also going after the equity positions and not the debt positions like most people were. And after about a year, maybe 2 years of grinding, he was free. I remember celebrating his success. and just talking with him. But I started to get curious because, he had really gone from nothing, nobody in the space, right? Somebody who had some experience, but, wasn't his own, never took on the risk himself. And I asked him, how did you get started? Like, how did you get people who you've never met before to want to start working with you in fun 9-figure real estate deals? And Adam told me something that I'll never forget, right? And what he told me was, hey, you need to tell them your story. And at that point, I didn't understand what he meant about telling people my story. And he talked about tell people who you are, why you do what you do. And the truth is, if it's compelling enough, they'll want to work with you. He goes, you need to tell a story about your project and why you do what you do. He goes, Khalil, you're Hawaiian. You should be talking about wanting to help preserve the land for Hawaiians or something from that angle. People will love you for that because that's who you are. And I still didn't get it. I'll be honest. I didn't understand what he meant by story. But as I watched him grow, as I watched him continue to build his company, and he started to help a lot of people. He's definitely one of the smartest people I know, like in my life, and one of the few people that I know that really is truly financially free. He could stop working tomorrow and he'd be okay. And I'm super glad to call him my friend. But Adam was the person that really got me intrigued with this idea of storytelling and why it's so important in sales. And that's really what put me on the path to truly understanding why stories are such a powerful tool in both offline and online sales. And I remember once I mastered this, it really changed the way I learned about things and really changed the way I started to sell and changed the way I was able to create value in things. I was able to create value so quickly and so much faster than everybody else who was talking about features and benefits. And so what we're going to cover in this module as we go through is what are your core stories? What are the core stories that you have to have, right? We're also going to talk about why stories are important and why, and how to create an effective story. Like, how do I piece together parts to create an effective story? And then, of course, at the end of this module, we're going to have our action steps. What are you going to do to make sure you start taking action on developing your story? So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll see you in the next module or next lesson. Aloha.
So welcome back. I really hope you enjoyed that training. Now remember, that is just a tidbit of our training. That is not the entire lesson. That is not the entire course. If you do want to get access to the entire course, go ahead and click on the button below. I have a totally free, 100% free affiliate marketing training that I put together. In that, you're going to get lessons 1. We're going to talk about the avatar, your dream customer. The second thing we're going to talk about is how to build an offer, how to find the product, how to build an offer around it. Then we're going to talk about being able to create your stories and how to put your stories together that actually sell and convert and be able to start finding that voice. Then we're going to be talking about the funnel framework. We're going to talk about traffic. And then most importantly, how to ascend your customers, your list that you're building, which is the most important part about all of this. How are you going to get them and ascend them up your value ladder? So we're going to include all of that. On top of that, I actually have a couple of free trainings that I'm going to be including. One is about Facebook traffic trading by somebody who has built over a 7-figure funnel where they've made over $1 million in a single funnel. I have a traffic training from him. I also have another training about how to develop products. What are they called? Your digital products, how to develop digital products very quickly and easily. I have a training for that in there as well. And the third thing that I do also have is I also have giveaways and different product giveaways within the training. So all of that is absolutely free. All you got to do is click on the link below and go ahead and claim your account. As of this moment right now, while I'm doing the video, it's not live yet. So go ahead, register, hold your spot. If it is after that this is launched, it is available live. Go in, get it, claim it, and go make a ton of money online. Again, this is Khalil with Sales Story Ninja Radio. Have an awesome, awesome day.